Hello and welcome to Tasty City. Today on the menu I'll be showing you how to make this delicious beans and yam porridge. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing by clicking on that red button that says subscribe, and also click on the bell icon that will pop up and choose the all notification to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So if you'd like to see how I made this, keep watching and please don't forget to click the like button. So let's get started. So here are my list of ingredients, and for this recipe I'll be using 4 cups of honey beans, but however you can feel free to use any beans of your choice, such as the black eye beans. So usually when I cook the black eye beans, I usually soak for about 3 to 4 hours before cooking, but with this one I don't soak because it cooks faster. For this recipe, I'll be using 1 medium tuber of yam, but however, if your yam is bigger than mine, you can go ahead and use half of it, depending on the quantity of beans and yam porridge you are making. For my protein of choice, I'll be using smoked mackerel fish. Feel free to use any protein of your choice. Here I've got 3 plum tomatoes, 1 bell pepper, 1 scotch bonnet pepper, 1 onion bulb, and 3 garlic cloves. If you don't eat garlic, you can omit it. In here I've got about a handful of spinach. You can also use pumpkin leaves or omit it entirely if you prefer. In here I've got about half cup of palm oil. Here I've got about 3 tablespoons of blended crayfish. To season, I'll be using about half teaspoon of curry powder. For my seasoning cube, I'm using shrimp seasoning. Feel free to use any seasoning cube of your choice. And lastly, I've got some salt to taste, so let's get cooking. To begin, I'll start by adding my washed beans to the pot. So the beans has already been washed off camera. Please make sure to always wash your beans before adding to the pot. Next, I'll add in about 4 cups of water to cook. Once that step is completed, I will cover and pre-cook or parboil for at least 10 good minutes. While the beans is cooking, I'll come over here and prep all my ingredients. So I'll start by chopping up the onion. Once I'm done, I will set it aside, cut the tomatoes and pepper into the blender for blending. So once that step is completed, at this point I'll go ahead and debone and deskin the smoked mackerel fish. I'm done deboning the fish, so I'm just going to set it aside and then move over to peel the yam. So this yam has been sitting in my pantry for more than 2 weeks now, and it is beginning to go bad, but anyways, thank God it is not that bad. Yeah, so I'm just going to peel the yam and then we move over to the next step. So I'm just going to be cutting them into 4 just like so, but you can feel free to cut them anyhow you want them to be. The peeling process is done, so at this point I'll just go over to my sink, wash off the yam and set aside. So back to the pot, the beans has been cooking for 10 minutes now. I'll go over to the sink and rinse the beans and I'll be right back. So after rinsing out the beans, at this point I'll be adding about 3 to 4 cups of hot boiled water, so it will just continue the cooking process immediately. I always like to pre-cook or parboil my beans for at least 10 to 12 minutes because it does help to reduce bloating and heartburn. Yeah, so at this point I'll add about half teaspoon of salt, cover and allow to cook down on a medium heat for 15 minutes. In a preheated pan, I'll add in my palm oil. Next, I'll add my chopped onion and I'll saute for about 2 minutes. At this point, I will season with a little bit of curry powder, stir and add in my tomato pepper blend. After adding in the tomato blend, I will stir, add in my seasoning cube and allow this to fry on a medium heat for at least 10 to 12 minutes. After 12 minutes of frying, the sauce is now ready, so now let's check on the beans. Okay, so the beans is now soft to my liking. In total, we have cooked these beans for good 25 minutes. At this point, I'll go ahead and introduce the yam. So after adding the yam, at this point, I'll add the blended crayfish. Next, I'll add the smoked mackerel fish. Add some salt to taste. You can always add the salt according to your taste. Next, I'll add in a little bit of curry powder. Then lastly, I'll be adding in our fried tomato sauce. So next, I'll add a little bit of water to rinse the pan. Once that is completed, I'll give it a gentle stir, cover and allow to cook down for at least 10 to 12 minutes on a medium heat. Alright guys, so it has been cooking for 12 minutes now. At this point, I'll give it a stir, add in my spinach and we are done cooking. So once I add the spinach, I'll turn off the heat, stir, and our delicious beans and yam porridge is ready. Guys, this tastes so delicious. So there you go guys, our delicious beans and yam porridge. This tasted so delicious. I hope you give it a try, and if you like the video, be sure to click the like button, subscribe if you are not already, and also click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I want to say a big thank you to you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye for now.